What is the value of the expression 8 squared plus 36 divided by 4 times 3? Which option do you think is the correct answer to this question? This expression is actually very easy, but it tricks 99% of people. Let's dive in and break it down step by step together. To solve this question, many people start by calculating 8 squared first, and instead of the original expression, they rewrite it as 64 plus 36 divided by 4 times 3. And the next step, they usually perform the addition between 64 and 36 and simplify this expression to 100 divided by 4 times 3. Then, they proceed by doing the division between 100 and 4, which gives them 25 times 3. And finally, they multiply 25 by 3, which ends up with the answer 75. Then, without any hesitation, they quickly say that option C is the correct answer to this question. However, it's not the correct answer to this question. Also, some other people when solving this question first go for the expression 8 squared and they simplify to 64 plus 36 divided by 4 times 3. And the next step, they usually go for the multiplication between 4 and 3 because they think multiplication has priority over division. So, they rewrite this expression as 64 plus 36 divided by 12. Next, they perform the division between 36 and 12 since they believe division has priority over addition. And they rewrite this expression as 64 plus 3, which ultimately gives them the answer 67. And immediately, they conclude that option B is the correct answer to this question. However, this answer is absolutely wrong. Alright, now let me explain step by step how to solve this expression correctly. To solve this question, we must follow the PEMDAS rule step by step. It means that we need to perform all the operations in order from top to bottom. Alright, as you can see on the screen, in this expression, first we have an exponent, then an addition sign, followed by a division, and finally a multiplication. We should start with the exponent, because in this expression, exponent has a higher priority than the other operations. So, this expression simplifies to 64 plus 36 divided by 4 times 3. And the next step, we need to handle the division and multiplication, since multiplication and division have higher priority than addition. However, it's very important to note that in the PEMDAS rule, multiplication and division have exactly the same level of priority. In this situation, the best thing to do is to start from the left side of the expression and move toward the right, performing division and multiplication in order. So, first we perform the division between 36 and 4, and this expression simplifies to 64 plus 9, then times 3. Now, it's time to do the multiplication between 9 and 3, which gives us 64 plus 27. And finally, the value of this expression is equal to 91. That's great. Option D is the correct answer to this question. Alright, now let's solve another tricky math question together. What is the value of the expression 66 divided by 2 times open parenthesis 5 plus 6 close parenthesis? Which option do you think is the correct answer to this question? Let's go step by step and solve it together. And the first step, most people start by solving the expression inside the parentheses and replace it with 66 divided by 2 multiplied by 11. And the next step, they go for the multiplication between 2 and 11 because they think multiplication has priority over division. So, this expression simplifies to 66 divided by 22, which finally gives them the answer 3. And immediately, they quickly say that option A is the correct answer to this question. However, that's definitely wrong. Alright, now let me walk you through step by step how to solve this expression properly. As you can see on the screen, in this expression, first we have a division sign, followed by a multiplication sign, and finally parentheses. To solve this question, we need to use the PEMDAS rule. PEMDAS shows us the priority of the order of operations. So, we'll start with the parentheses first, because it has the highest priority than the other operations. Okay, this expression simplifies to 66 divided by 2 multiplied by 11. Now, it's time to simplify this expression. It's very important to note that in the PEMDAS rule, multiplication and division have exactly the same level of priority. In this case, all we need to do is to start from the left side of the expression and move step by step toward the right. So, first we perform the division between 66 and 2, which simplified this expression to 33 multiplied by 11. And finally, the value of this expression will be 363.